Aida for asking my roommate's wife to wear bottoms around the house. My ass, oh, and I have been putting up our bill while he's trying to move back. He's employed, paying token room and board. While he and his wife attempt to sell their house, it's been 6 months. My billed spouse, Tina, is late 30s, a larger girl with health issues. She's visited before and ruined decorative pillows with accidents. She likes sitting on our black cushions. Now she's here half of every month as a guest you shouldn't be. She doesn't wear underwear under her nightgown and stays in it most of the day I've had it. I saw her ruin another pillow with vaginal discharge and urine. I gave her a day to clean it. She pretended it didn't happen. I threw out the pillow in disgust and bleached the mat underneath. She wore the same pee-stained nightgown the next day. And I watched her lift it up to sit there, but on my furniture. We've spoken to her husband, hoping he'd ask her to wear underpants, no sleep. I'm considering getting her incontinence pads for the bathroom she uses. Aida in this, it's disgusting, right? Yep, real I'm odd and don't react appropriately. I didn't know if I was overreacting or underreacting. It's my so's brother. We hadn't spent much time with his wife before. I have a chronic illness too, so I've tried to be tolerant. Incontinence is shameful size plays into its severity. I have a pic of the last cushion she sat on. My home's theme is earthy blacks, browns, reds, whites. Yes, I have black decorative pillows. He's employed locally. Their house is hours away. He's supposed to go home weekends, but hasn't in over a month. It's not the first conflict she and I have had. Aida for calling the police on my boyfriend after finding weird pictures of my 2.5-year-old daughter on his phone. I'm 34, female, with a 2.5-year-old daughter. Her dad left early on. It's just been me and her. I started going to church to rebuild my life and met my boyfriend. He's a recovering addict, kind with kids. He has his own kids, but his ex has custody. We got close fast. He moved in 3 months ago. Things were good, but 2 weeks ago, he started coming home late, acting distant. I thought he was cheating. I checked his phone. I know it's wrong, but I didn't want betrayal again. On Snapchat, I found pictures of my daughter without clothes or diaper. My hands shook. I couldn't think straight. I called 911 and said he's coming home. I didn't tell him I wanted the police to handle it. He said it was for a rash, that the pediatrician asked for pics. He's right. He consulted Rocket Doctor while I was at work. We're in Canada. Wait times are 10 to 12 hours. He messaged me about her rashes and suggested Rocket Doctor. I said good, keep me posted on what the doctor says. He told police I'm crazy. The pics were just for the doctor. Her rash was on her stomach. He sent those pics. But there were others. Why take those? I asked why she wasn't covered, why he kept them. He said I'm overreacting. He wanted full body pics just in case. I told him to show me what he sent on Rocket Doctor. He sent only a stomach pic at 1:12 p.m. The others were at 1:25 p.m. I couldn't shake the feeling something happened to her. Police questioned him, saw the photos, and let him go. They said I freaked out. There's no evidence beyond his story. He's furious, says I ruined his life, that I never trusted him. He claims the other pics were in case the doctor asked. I don't know what to believe. I'm second-guessing everything. What if I was wrong and jumped to conclusions? Or what if I wasn't? What if I ignored this and worse happened? It's such a gray area. I might have blown it out of proportion. The rocket doctor thing was 2 weeks ago. I have no friends or family. I feel lost. AITH for not giving him a chance to explain and calling 911. Update people ask how I checked his phone if he was at work. I caught him by checking it, recorded his screen with my phone. Let him leave for work, then called police that evening. People assume I only knew him 3 months. I've known him a year. He moved in 3 months ago. I cleared this in early comments. Aida for walking out of yoga class after the instructor hit on my daughter and kissed her. My mom begged me to join her yoga class. So I agreed and brought my daughter, 19, along. The instructor, Chad, mid-40s, a wannabe spiritual guru, zeroed in on my daughter the moment we walked in. He kept complimenting her energy, asking awkward questions about her soul connection. My deaf grandma, 85, saw it and signed he was cute. Class started. Grandma did her own random stretches in the back, clueless about what was happening. Chad kept adjusting my daughter more than needed, hands lingering too long on her waist, whispering, "Relax, feel the flow." She looked super uncomfortable. He didn't notice. After class, as we packed up, Chad grabbed her shoulders and kissed her on the cheek. She froze, stunned. I lost it. I rushed over, grabbed her, told Chad to back off. He smirked, acting like nothing was wrong. I stormed out with her and told my mom we're never going back. Mom's furious, says I'm too dramatic. Grandma signs he had good energy. Let it go. Aida for pulling her out. This went way beyond just a yoga class. AITH because I told my sister that any business she had with my husband. My birthday was a few days ago, and it ended terribly. I don't care about it, but my kids do. So my husband did the bare minimum for me, more for them to sing and eat cake. I'm the middle of 3 older sister, younger brother. I invited just mom, siblings, their partners, and kids for a quick dinner. After dinner, everyone scattered around the house and yard. Normal gathering stuff. Then my sister asked me where my husband was. I said I didn't know, probably in the garage with his tools. Her husband couldn't come due to work. So my husband was doing his own thing. She said she checked the garage. He wasn't there. I said I don't know then and went back to talking with my brother. She asked again. I still didn't know. I'd been inside with my brother the whole time. The third time, I asked what she needed him for. She said it was none of my business. I felt disrespected. I said it sure as hell was my business. He's my husband. She's only connected to him through me. I had attitude. She accused me of thinking she wanted him. That wasn't my thought. It turned into an argument. She called me a bitch a few times. No yelling, but attitude and F-bombs from me. Mom said my reaction was uncalled for. My brother said her none of your business wasn't a big deal. Maybe she wanted him to help surprise me for my birthday. He didn't think I overreacted, just that the argument was pointless. My sister grabbed her kids and left angry. Was I the asshole? She asked multiple times. I didn't think I overstepped. Maybe I could have helped her. Backstory, she begs my husband for favors, card checks, lifting stuff, even when her husband's around. He's active, helpful, never says no. His brothers are the same. Maybe that bothered me. Her husband isn't like that. I wouldn't ask her husband for favors. I have my own. Update. This post got traction. I haven't talked to my family since. He wasn't hiding. We have a big yard, like a ranch. I asked him after he was all over. With kids, neighbor, dad, I told her garage because that's his usual spot. He chills with my bill when he's here. Otherwise, he's always moving. He didn't just set up and did. She celebrated with everyone. I'm not controlling. I don't track him. I trust him. I asked her why, because she was persistent. Maybe I could have helped. I've told him she has her own husband for favors. He says, I'm right there. I don't mind. He sees it as helping my bill. He's like that with everyone. His family's the same. I get annoyed at her taking advantage. So does my mom with my dad. If she'd said none of your business playfully, I'd have reacted differently. Her tone was mind your business. I was annoyed. If it was private, she could have said so. I get it. My family sides with her. I'm monotone when mad, but harsh. She's sensitive, cries easily. Brothers stayed neutral. I hope it's jealousy over her husband, not a crush on mine. I asked him. She's never been weird with him. His phone's open, no secrets. He doesn't even lock it. I'll update as needed. Thanks for the replies. AITH for my response when my sister's husband commented on my husband's manhood. My husband's been sick for months and recently had surgery. My parents hosted a dinner for him with the whole family. My sister's husband, Mike, is the tell it like it is type. Brutally honest, she loves it, but it's caused issues before. After dinner, we were sitting while my husband rested in another room. Mike asked if my husband was still good in bed, saying sickness lowers men's performance. I was floored. Everyone stared in silence. It was awkward. My sister smiled, signaling to let it go. But I said, well, at least better than men who can't impregnate their women. This might make me the Mike and my sister have infertility issues. 10 years on his side. It sparked a huge argument. Mike stormed off silently. My sister called me abhorrent for going low, using his infertility against him. I said he insulted my husband's manhood. She said I took it out of context. He meant men in general. They left after mom demanded I apologize. My husband didn't know. Mom told him it was about dessert. She said I was wrong for hurting my sister's feelings. Told me to apologize. I refused. Aida. My husband has been sick for a few months now, and he recently had surgery. My parents hosted a dinner for him and invited the whole family. My sister's husband, Mike, is the tell it like it is type. Basically, the brutally honest kind. My sister says she loves him for his honesty. But because of it, we've had issues in the past. After dinner, we were sitting together, while my husband rested in another room. Mike looked at me and asked if my husband was still good in bed, because he'd read that sickness lowers men's performance. I was floored by his question. Everyone stared at me in silence. It was so awkward. My sister smiled, signaling me to let it go. But I said, well, at least better than men who can't even get their wives pregnant. This might be where I messed up. Mike and my sister have struggled with infertility for 10 years. And it's on Mike's side. My response sparked a huge argument. Mike stormed off without a word. But my sister went off, calling me awful, shaming me for going low and using her husband's infertility against him. I said he insulted my husband's manhood. But she said I took it out of context. He was just talking about men in general. After the fight, she and Mike left. My mom demanded I apologize. My husband didn't even know what we were arguing about. Mom told him it was over dessert. She said I was wrong for hurting my sister's feelings and told me to apologize, but I still refused. Am I the asshole?